Good day everyone. Today we're going to make a string art using the GeoGebra application. In making a string art, we just have to use segments. It's up to you on how creative you are. You can use figures, logos, or whatever you want. But first, let us try to use this example. So we have here circle A, as you can see, and different points on the circle labeled with different letters. So let us try to make segments out of these points. So let us go to the toolbar and click segment. So click segment and let us connect point D to point A. Same with point E to point A, point F to point A, point G to point A, point H to point A, point I to point A, point B to point A, and point C to point A. Okay, so let us hide first these labels, these small letters here. So just go to the algebra section and then right click segment A and then click show label. Same with B. Just click show label for D, E, F, G, H, and I. Okay, so let us put a slider. So again, just go to the toolbar, then click slider, then click. Okay, so we can name our slider whatever we want. So let us just name our slider as N. So for our minimum interval, let us just use 1. For our maximum interval, let us use 45, and for our increment, we just use again 1. So click apply. There you go, our slider N. Okay, so now what we're going to do is to make sequence of segments out of these segments that we have made. Okay, so let us first do it in this segment. So segment DA. So let us go to the input bar and then type sequence, then choose the second one, which it says here sequence, expression, variable, start value, and end value. Then click OK. For our expression, since we are going to use segment DA, just type A plus the quantity I over N, close parenthesis, the quantity D minus A, close parenthesis. For our variable, we have I, our start value is 1, and our end value is our slider, which is N. And then enter. Let us try to move our slider. So there you go. You can see the segment, the sequence of segments of segment DA. Okay, so we're going to apply that to the other segments here. So we can just use the previous formula. So go to the input bar and just press the upper arrow key. There you go, and then change D to E, then enter. So there you go. Our segment DA, as you can see in the algebra section, it is represented by list 1, and our segment EA, it is represented by list 2. Okay, so let us try again it to segment FA. So again, go to the input bar, press the upper arrow key, and then change E to F. Then enter. For G, just change F to G. Okay. Then for segment HA, just change G to H. Enter. For segment IA, just change H to I. Enter. And for segment BA, just change I to B. Enter. And then for C, just change B to C. Next step, we're going to connect the points from one segment to another segment. Okay, so let us use first segment DA and segment EA. So let us go to the input bar. Okay, then type sequence. Again, choose the second one here. And for our expression, since we are going to use segment DA and segment EA, we are going to just type segment and then choose the first one here, click. And then for our point, since we are going to connect the elements of segment DA and the elements of segment EA, we're going to type element and then choose the first one here. And for our list, since segment DA is represented by list 1, so we're going to type list 1. And for our position of element, it's just I. And for the other point, we're going to use segment EA, so it is represented by list 2. So again, type the element, then choose the first one. So type list 2. And for our position of element, it will become now n minus I. So for our variable, it's just I. For our start value, it's 1. For our end value is just our slider, which is n. And then enter. As you can see, the points in segment DA and segment EA are now connected. So we're going to do that also in the remaining segments. So we can just use again the previous formula. So we're just going to change list 1 to list 2, since we're going now to connect the points from segment EA and segment FA. Okay, then change list 2 to list 3, then enter. There you go. And same process applies to the remaining segments. So just change list 2 to list 3, and then list 3 to list 4, enter. Then change list 3 to list 4, change list 4 to list 5, enter. Then change list 4 to list 5, and then list 5 to list 6, enter. And then change list 5 to list 6 and list 6 to list 7, enter. And then list 6, change it to list 7. Then list 7 will now become list 8, enter. And for the last one, since we're going to connect the points from segment CA to the points from segment DA, so we're going to change list 7 to list 8, and list 8 will now become list 1. Then enter. There you go. Let us try to move the slider. So here's now our simple string art. So let us try to put some fun in our string art. So we can use different colors for these images, this part, this part, this part, and the other. So let us try to use, or let us try to use color red in this image or in this part. So just right click, then go to the object properties, then choose red. There you go. Okay, so let us use another color in this part. So again, right click, go to object properties, then let us use orange. Okay, for this part, let us try to use color yellow. There you go. And then for this part, let us use the color lime. Okay, this one. And for this part, let us use color green. Okay. For this part, let us not change its color. So let's move here. For this part, let us use color blue. Okay. And for the last part, let us use purple. There you go. So here's now our string art. So we can add some fun to our string art by using animation. Okay, so we can just use here some points. So let us try to use point B, point C, point E, point G, and point I. Okay, and then right click, so wait, again let us click the points, right click, and then as you can see the animation on. So just click it. There you go. So I hope you enjoy watching, and I hope you learned something. Thank you and goodbye.